Hey guys, it's Miss Birds here, and today we are going to be going over how to set up a Google Drawings to do your construction of the body assignment. So what you're going to do is start in your Google Drive. All right, we're going to go to New, go down to where it says More, and select Google Drawings. Okay, this is what we're going to be working from, the platform, the format. I want you to go ahead and title your drawing Construction Drawing of the body. Okay, construction drawing of the body. This is what we're going to be using. We're going to upload an image to this paper. Okay, and then we're going to be drawing the lines of the body on top, just as we kind of did last class when we were drawing them on a regular sheet of paper. What you're going to be doing is finding some type of image that is in movement. Okay, so some type of person, full body in movement. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to select my Google Images tab because I know I'm going to find a better image just going through Google than I am going through the Google Drawings. So I'm just going to look up Dodger player full body. Okay. And this is the exact image that I wanted. So I'm going to right-hand click. If you're using a Chromebook, it's going to be a 2-finger click with your middle and index finger. Okay, I'm going to click Copy Image. And then I'm going to go back to my document, right-click again, and paste my image. Now, I'm actually going to crop this image. So I'm going to take out some of this background area here because we just don't need it and it's going to be a little distracting. So if you have selected your image, and you'll know it's selected because it'll be highlighted all in blue around the perimeter, you should see this option for crop image. Okay, and that's going to allow me to cut out the excess area in the back. So I'm just going to take from the side here, bring it in, and from this side here, bring it in. I can cut off a little bit of the top too, that's fine. And now I have my image. We want to enlarge our image so it's taking up most of the drawing. So I'm just going to take from the corners. Remember, we never want to take from the side or the top because it'll distort the image. So always take from the corners, that way you get a nice solid image. And the next step that we're going to do is we're going to change the transparency. Okay, so the transparency pretty much means that we'll be able to see through the image. Now, because we're going to be drawing on top of this image, you want to make sure that it's transparent. That way the lines that we draw on top, you can see a lot better. Okay, if we keep the image like this, it might be a little bit difficult to see the lines that we're trying to draw. So what I'm going to do is make sure that my image is selected, right, that it has that blue border. And I'm going to go to Format Options. Okay, when I'm here, I'm going to go down to Adjustments, and you'll see that we have different adjustments for contrast, right? The difference between the darks and the lights. We have brightness, right? How bright something is. I don't really want to change any of those. I like the way it is. But those settings are there if you want to kind of play around with them. But mainly, we're going to be looking at transparency. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. I still want to be able to see my person, but I want it to be a little bit more see-through. That way, when I put my lines on top, they're really standing out more. Okay, so now that I have changed the transparency, I can go in and kind of start drawing the lines, the construction lines and construction shapes of the body. Okay, so when we're doing this, we want to stick with how we did it the other day when we were drawing, okay? Starting with the circle for the face and the head, putting in the jawline, doing the circles for the shoulders, doing the area of the torso, the pelvic bone, and then the lines for the legs, right? So what I'm going to do is go down to my line tool. I'm going to select the little arrow on the side and go to the scribble. Okay, the scribble is really nice. It's going to allow me to draw lines anywhere I want pretty much, which is going to be nice. If I want, I can zoom in on my image just a little bit to make it a little bit easier to work with. I'm just working with my laptop, so my lines are not going to be the prettiest looking, but that's okay. All right, if I select my scribble, can I change the line on it? I thought I would be able to change. Okay, I guess I can't really change the color. That's fine. But I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start drawing the construction lines and construction shapes of the body, okay, following the movement of my picture. So first I have the rounded face, my circle. I'm gonna bring that area down for the jawline. I'm going to draw that big oval shape for the torso area and the circles for the shoulders. I'm going to follow the direction of the arms. So the top of the arm is going here, bottom's curving up, and I have the area of the hand. And I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side, right? So just as we drew on our papers the other day, we're pretty much just doing the same thing, but understanding the movement of the body, right? So how are these lines moving? How are the shapes moving? Which way are the muscles going? What direction are they in, right? All of these steps really help us when it comes to forming an actual person when you're trying to draw them, right? So I have my pelvic bone. I have the lines coming down for the leg, right? I want to make sure that I'm doing that circle for the kneecap. Drawing my line down. And the foot. Okay, other side. When I did the drawing tutorial, I also kind of added in like the area of where the leg joint kind of goes into that hip flexor. You can do that too. It's good practice. Right, circle the knee. Come down. And there we go. So again, you don't want to have a picture where the person's just kind of standing straight up and down. We really want to understand with this assignment, really the movement of the body, right? So this is a great way to understand how to draw people that look like they're moving into space. And then afterward, we can go through and really just connect them all together. So I'm going to choose my select tool just so that I can move my picture to the side, right? And now we see we've kind of like formed this really cool line and shape looking body. Of course, we don't want to leave it like that, right? We don't want to draw any type of stick figures. We want to learn how to really put in the muscles and area of the body. So let's go ahead and start with that. Okay, so I'm just going to go through and zoom in on my picture again. Put it up to 100. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're drawing. And I'm going to go back to selecting my scribble tool. And I'm just going to go through and really just put in parts of the body. Okay, just round out the muscle. He's wearing a jersey, so there's some area here of the jersey that's a little baggy. I'm just going to go in. And connect my lines as best as I can. Do the area for the legs. And your lines may overlap a little bit, like I can tell my lines are overlapping. That's okay. Keep in mind, we really just want to use this assignment as good practice, right? Good practice of understanding the anatomy of the body, how things kind of move, how they relate to each other, what direction muscles should be going when people are in action, right? All of these things are really just going to help you understand how to draw figures in general, right? And even if it's just a funky outline like this, at the same time, it's still gonna look a lot better than it would if it was just a stick figure. Okay, so I can minimize my drawing, I can move my image just to the side, and we see that we have a nice little body going on. Okay, and then from here, you could really go through and start putting in some of the details, right? Some of the details of the muscle, of the jersey, of the face. But ultimately, I want you to stop here, okay, with this kind of general sketch. Make sure that you are turning in this assignment under our assignment for today. And that is all that you're going to be doing, okay? That's how you draw the body.